On paper, Broken Edge is a game that is tailor-made for me, really. For a bit of lore and backstory on yours truly, I used to fence a little while ago. I wasn't very good at it, and it's been a while since I last did it, but I thought Broken Edge, a sword fighting game, would be the perfect fit for someone like me, and there's even a fencer duelist class in the game. Now, as I said, on paper, that sounds like the perfect game for me, but in practice, Broken Edge is incredibly hard.
Well, I'm dead. I've got no sword. I'm dead. Kill me. The marks on the warrior's back are the biggest shame.
But it also is a lot of fun, and we should get the technical stuff out of the way as usual. The game consists of a dueling system where you have a couple of rounds with either someone online or an AI, and when you beat them, you either match up with another player in a ranked system, either play again if you're in a private lobby with your friends, or you go on to the next challenger in the quote-unquote story mode. That's not really a story, it's more just like an arena, a gauntlet of fights. Once you beat one person, you're on to the next. And the game essentially works by swinging at your opponent or stabbing if you're the duelist, trying to hit their sword, break down essentially what is their shield bar, which leaves them exposed, and if you hit them once after that, the game is over.
Hello there. What even are you? Dead is what you are.
There's also a couple different things thrown into the mix, like the Awakened mode, which is different for every single class. This essentially means that you can sort of power up, and then if you get hit on your opponent, no matter what their shield is, you'll kill them, which I think is a pretty cool addition that kind of heightens the tension if your opponent goes Awakened and you're not, and you're forced to parry or panic.
But he's invincible when partially in the scabbard. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Because you've got the blade. If you get like that like cleanly, then it awakens. That makes sense.
The game runs at a very smooth 90 Hz, so everything looks great. It's very stylized though. The graphics in terms of realism aren't incredible, but the fidelity is really, really good.
This is cool. Anyway, I'm in a fight. Come on, focus.
And there's also uses of foveated rendering, eye tracking for using menus, stuff like that, and haptic triggers, even though they don't really do much. The only thing you really do with triggers is pick up your sword at the start of a round and then play. And that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's cool. I'm also just very scared about smashing something in my room. What's the most like fencing? It'll be duelist, won't it? Let's try that then. I challenge you, my friend.
If I was to compare Broken Edge to something, it would probably be when I jumped into Remnant 2 for the first time, which is a Souls-like, or any Souls-like to be honest, if you want to compare it to that. And you go up against a boss with a moveset that you don't understand and you get destroyed immediately. That's how I felt at the start of the game, and it's kind of how I feel right now when I go online multiplayer.
I've just got my little blade now, that's all I need. Maybe not.
But overall, you will get better as you go. The learning curve is quite steep for this one. It's a very precise game, and I think if it came out on the PSVR1, it wouldn't really do nearly as well because the tracking there just isn't up to standard as it is on PSVR2. But luckily with the orbs, everything tracks very well and you can make really precise swings or stabs or cuts, and it tracks perfectly all the time. It allows you to make some really cool moves to show off your skills. Not if you're me, but if you're the people I'm up against, because I can't do that.
Okay, that was better. That was better. That was good. That was good. That was good. That was right at the hilt. That was really bad for me. Always be awakened in order to be a constant threat to your opponent. I'm trying.
But to be honest, this is a game where whatever you put in, you'll get out of it. The gameplay loop is theoretically very simple, whereas it's easy to learn, kind of, but very hard to master. So if you go and keep grinding away at that learning curve, then eventually you'll get to a point where the game feels incredibly smooth and really fun to play. Don't get me wrong, it's still fun at the start, but it is incredibly difficult, especially if you jump straight into online like an idiot, like I did.
Hello, Jamie. Prepare to die.
What's up? And even though the gameplay loop is the same thing every time and very, very simple, there's enough classes here that you could work your way through all of them and learn to master all of them because they're all very different in how they handle, that would keep you coming back for quite a long time. And the game is only £12 here in the UK. That's pretty much nothing in terms of video game prices. So for that much money, I'd say Broken Edge is a bit of a steal. It's the most fun I've had in VR in a very long time, and as I said, the amount of classes in the game really leans into an experience you can come back to again and again as you level up between them and get better at using them. They all have different abilities, and I haven't tried out all of them yet, but the ones that I have tried out have been really cool. You've got a sword and shield, one of the classes. You've got a fencing blade that powers up when you point it directly at your opponent. You've got the Ronin, who has a sheath that rewards you for doing an incredibly smooth slash against your opponent out the sheath and then holding the position. And you've got the samurai that uses 3 different blades that you can swap between.
All classes have holsters. Can I put one in my mouth like Zoro? That's so sick. Look at that. That's so cool. That's so cool. They're really big blades. Look at that hilt.
Your blade regenerates when it's broken, unless your health bar is completely destroyed, but then you have secondary blades on some of these classes, like the samurai, where you can pull out the 2 other blades if you want to, and use them as a bit of a last resort, which I find really cool. Whatever your playstyle is with fighting, it will accommodate for that.
Okay, that's good. So I want, like, the stab, you know? That's good, okay.
And it's clear the devs have put a lot of thought into how the game is balanced, although most of the people I came up against were using the Ronin, so that seems either pretty easy to learn or a really good class.
Okay, we're getting there now. Go on, go on. Oh! Ah, damn it. Ah, nice.
Anyway, that's about all I've got to say about Broken Edge VR. The game is incredibly fun, pretty damn cheap, even for a VR title, extremely polished from what I've played, and has a curve that, if you're willing to put the effort into it, will be incredibly rewarding to get over. I've had a blast with this one. Let me know if you've tried it out in the comments below. Going forward, I can't really afford to buy Hellsweeper at the moment. I've applied for a key, we'll see what happens with that. If I do get my hands on that game, I will probably post a video fairly shortly with it, but I've heard good things and bad things. We'll see how it is, but for Broken Edge, one of the bigger releases of this month that I've been excited for, it's a big thumbs up, and I'm glad this one has lived up to the expectations that I stupidly put in my mind for all the games that come out. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you all in the next video.